Welcome to the weekly podcast for Youthology and our youth development topics. Listen, every week we talk about a next-gen leadership or youth development topic that's relevant for you. This week is a follow-up to our discussion last week about the importance of having a presence on the middle school and high school campus. With See You at the Pole just a few days away, this topic is a critical discussion when it comes to next-gen ministry. There will be about 4 million students in America praying at their school flagpoles this week. How exciting is that? About 7 million worldwide. This event is truly one of the most important events to me over the years of my youth ministry. I can tell you, I have never missed a See You at the Pole in the history of the movement. 32 years. I think this is year 33, right? See You at the Pole was started with the vision of a middle school girl in Dallas, Texas, and it spread to her youth group and to youth groups throughout the DFW area. And at 1 year after this middle school girl had a vision for this, within a year, at the first organized See You at the Pole, there were 18,000 students at the Dallas Reunion Arena. So today, 4 million, what a movement. This is probably one of the most important moments in youth ministry every year. Think about it. We expect missionaries all over the world to be sent into the fields that they have a passion for or a calling for. We would never raise funds for a missionary and expect them to stay here in the States. We prepare them to go, to be in the presence of the people they are wanting to reach. And that's where See You at the Pole places youth ministry and youth pastors often, right? In the context of the teenager. Too often, I hear things like, well, the campus is closed, right? We're not allowed on campus. I hear way too many excuses because I have yet to see a closed campus in my 39 years of youth ministry. Now, I know what you're thinking, right? Well, you haven't been at my school and it was ruined for me, by somebody else who did the wrong thing. Listen, I think you'll see by the end of this cast, there are no excuses because our students are begging for us to be in their setting. While at the same time, we are begging them to come to the youth group. I think we've forgotten a very important principle, and that's called context. So, I want to offer you 30 plus ways for you to be on campus, for you as a youth leader, for your youth ministry to be in the context and the setting of the middle school and high school campus. All right, number 1, campus missionaries. That's it. You can be on campus because your students are campus missionaries. And if you train them to reach the campus, they're on campus. Number 2, the school board. Run for school board positions or local government positions in the education area. And then you have this presence to be on campus. Here's another one. What about the myriad of extracurricular activities like sports and theater and band? All of these different things are ways for you to buy a school pass and to be on the campus legally. Hey, send birthday cards to your students' friends and faculty members with the youth ministry name on it. Just a real easy thing to think about. Here's another one. Use the seasonal or holiday events like concerts and Christmas and other kinds of things, right, that are happening on the campus for you to be there. Here's another one. Familiarize yourself with all of the events that are going on at the school, whether that's parent-teacher conferences or the area, maybe they're having some kind of a special event at the school that is open to the public. Now you're on campus, right? Here's another one. Monitor the current events and headlines and what's going on in your area and be prepared to give classroom lectures and discussions, okay? All right, here's another one. How about involvement in FCA, right? Fellowship of Christian Athletes, or other parachurch organizations. Become a student leader or a staff member in these parachurch organizations. All right, what about coaching athletics, working with the choir, working with the band, being in the theater, being present as a teacher aide. There are so many great things that you can do to get involved with those part-time areas, right? Here's another one. Have your youth ministry promote the youth group by wearing merch, right? Think about that. Just wearing the merch of your youth ministry on campus, okay? What an easy way to have a presence. I got another one. How about organizing a Super Bowl party, right? And using the school facilities to host it. I think we need to be on campus more anyway. Here's another way. Neutral site events, okay? Neutral site events. Taking your youth ministry and renting the football field or renting the theater at the school, right? Again, here's another one. I think this is like 15 or 16. Organize a speaker for the school, whether that's a counselor, a psychologist, whether that's a motivational person, that will help you do school assemblies or classroom content with them. Here's one for all of those you youth leaders who sing. I have sang the national anthem at dozens and dozens of events. I know, right? You know, I don't want to hear that now, but that's a great way to get on campus. Maybe you need to get into the choir and into teaching an instrument or whatever, right? Okay. Hey, how about this? What about building the homecoming flow at your school? They're always looking for places to do that. And you have somebody, I know a youth pastor in Wisconsin, his name is Steve Yaldell, who is like really good with his hands. He could build the float for them, host it at their parking lot, right? I mean, it's easy stuff. All right, here's another one. Chaplaincy before the game, right? Football game, volleyball game. How about being a school chaplain, right? And being a volunteer in that setting. Listen, so many things that we've talked about here. I think being involved in a teenager's life, getting into the context of a teenager's life just takes intent. It just takes a little effort, because the opportunity to affect their spiritual formation in the last tribal stop of their life, right? We talked about that last week. The middle school and the high school is the last tribal stop of their life. And so if we could be there to affect that most formative moment, now we're bringing the spiritual impact of our youth ministry and me as their youth pastor. We're bringing it and we're walking it into the context of their world, right? Listen, all you got to do is put some of these simple principles into practice, and you can have an impact on your middle school and high school campus. You know where to find us. Just hit the link tree in the bio, and you can watch us on YouTube. You can listen to us on the iTunes podcast, or you can read this manuscript with 30 plus ways to be on campus at our website, all right? Hey, find us on the socials, and we'll see you next week.